Hey everybody, today I'm here in Blue Ridge, Georgia at the Sugar Creek Raceway where they're having their first annual cruise in, and I'm excited to be here. And I don't know if you can tell in the background and all the cars that are here, but for the first annual, it looks like they're going to do okay. But let's take a look around here. Here's a beautiful 55 Chevrolet. Got a really nice custom interior in here. Zoom out a little bit. As you can see, there's speakers everywhere. It's really wired up here for sound. Beautiful car. And right behind it, here's another good looking 55 Chevrolet. Here's a nice little 52 Chevrolet pickup truck. It's in flat black. So it's got the beauty rims and the little dish hubcaps on there. Here's a good looking 68 model Chevrolet pickup truck. And it's really clean looking from what I can tell. As you can see, he's updated the engine compartment quite a bit, and everything has got some shine on it under here too. It's really looking good. As you can see, he's got the old style American mags on there. There's a nice little 65 Mustang. Here's another 55 Chevrolet. And this one is actually pretty stock appearing. Looks like it's still got the original style hubcaps and black wall tires. Interior still has original steering wheel, original style interior. This is really a good looking car. The engine has been upgraded though, of course. Here's a 1950 Ford that is really a straight car. I don't see any waves or anything down the side there in the paint. This one is original looking with the old hubcaps on it, but it has been restored very well. Looks like the seats, I don't know if they're original seats or not. They look really good. They have definitely been, reupholstered, but whether this is the exact same style or not, I can't remember. As you can see, he has updated the engine in here quite a bit. Here's a 71 model Ford pickup truck. It's riding on wagon wheels, is what we used to call those wheels. But it looks like good and straight. Does need a paint job, or you can sand it off and clear that, I guess. Here's a lifted up Bronco. It looks pretty stock other than the lift and tires and wheels. And here's another Bronco. It looks completely stock. And here's a 57 Ford pickup truck. Here's a, I guess, late 60s, early 70s Chevy pickup truck here, 4-wheel drive. Backing in there. Here's another 55. This is kind of a burnt orange color. But the interior on this one is really awesome. Let's take a look at that. They upgraded this quite a bit with this leather interior. Now it's beside a Dodge Viper, and it's almost the same color. A little bit lighter, I would think. Now this 54 Chevrolet here is a show build truck, and it really shows it too. Everything is gleaming on this. See, it's been upgraded to the LS engine in there. And again, we have an interior theme going today where I've seen a lot of good interiors. Take a look at this one. And even the roof in here has got the treatment, if you can tell it from the camera there. Here's a little 32 Ford Roadster, and it's really pretty. I like it. It does have Chevrolet power in there on the engine. Here's a little Chevy 2 Nova. It looks like they've started a process of fixing it up a little bit. See, they upgraded the engine and the wheels there. And the interior has been redone sometime in the past. There's an old 4-door 57, and I see they've already removed the door handles. Now this is pretty. I really like that color on this little coupe here. See the interior. And the running boards don't have a step rubber or anything on it. It's just painted smooth there. It's a good looking car. Here's a later model Camaro somewhere out here. It is a convertible SS. Here's a 48 Chevrolet Suburban, and this really had a total rebuild on it. It's got leather interior, high back bucket seats in the front and the back here. I don't know how much glare is on the camera, but you don't see a lot of these. And this one's really good shape. And they're asking $78,500 for this Suburban. Here's a gleaming red 71 Chevelle right here. They're asking $49,500 for it. It is a 350 with a 4-speed. Check out the bright green on this Camaro right here. It's a 67 model. really bright. Those white stripes really jump out at you off that green. Here's another 67 Camaro in red. It's got the rally wheels on it. And as you can see, he has updated the engine in this too a little bit. And it is a 4-speed car, which is always good to see. I like a manual transmission. And this beside a late 70s, early 80s Corvette here. Here's a 53 Chevy in really clean, original looking condition. And here's a 57 Pontiac Chieftain. And this also very original looking. I don't know if my camera can pick it up through the window here, but they've got the Pontiac Chief stitched into the seats there. And this also has the Continental kit on it back here. It's got a Mecum tag, so at one time this could have went through Mecum auctions. I don't know. Good looking car. Now it says this is a 53 Chevrolet Rat Rod, and it's been chopped, as you can see. It has a Mercedes grill, but the engine looks like it is a 4-cylinder that come out of like an old S10 or something from like the mid-90s or so. Now this is a 71 or 72 Grand Prix, which was actually my second real car that I had after I wrecked my Chevrolet Impala. But the paperwork on it says, well, they've got the wrong paperwork. This thing says 67 Chevy, so that's definitely not correct. You don't see very many of these. Here's another 55 Chevrolet. It's got a small block Chevy in it there. And they have upgraded to bucket seats and leather interior. And here's a 56 Chevrolet 4-door that they have dropped the LS engine in here. And they have upgraded the interior a good bit, but the paint body, they've chosen to leave it like it was. Looks like they sprayed some clear over it. There's a late 60s Ford. 66, what the tag says. But it says that's a 428 Cobra jet. But I'm not that familiar with Ford engines. Here's a really bright red Ford Mustang fastback. And as you can see, it's got some custom work done to the front end there. And the engine has definitely been upgraded. And I don't know what kind of wheels those are, but they remind me of some of the old Shelby wheels from back in the day. And it is manual transmission. They have a plaque on the back that says the Duke. That's a really pretty Mustang. Here's a later model Cadillac convertible. You know, I don't know a lot about these, but they say they were really fast cars, and I believe it. Here's a late 60s or early 70s step side pickup truck from Chevrolet, and it's showing 496 on the valve covers in there, so that's a lot of truck for a lot of the engine for this truck. Here's a SSR. And here's what, a mid-60s Corvette. And here's a little Chevy 2 Nova. And I still see it still has the original 6-cylinder in there. They kind of like empty that engine compartment looks to the way they are today. Now this 69 Camaro was badged as a Yenko. There's so many clones out there, I don't know if it is or not, but this one really looks good. It's got the old style American mags on it. It is manual transmission. I will say this, it has all the badging on it, and the badging looks faded like it's been there for a while, so it could actually be legit. Here's a Plymouth Belvedere, and I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's maybe 66, 67, somewhere in that area. Got the 500 style wheels on it. And it says it's a Super Commando engine there, the 440. This is a good straight car. This area here seems to be reserved for Ford pickup trucks. Here's a later model Mustang GT here, and it's got /CS. I think that CS stands for California Special, if I'm not mistaken, and I very well could be, but that's what I've always heard. Here's a little rod style pickup truck right here. It's got a tunnel ram and 2 4s running on us there. It says Eastern Hot Rodder, and it says this thing is based off of a 46 Chevy pickup truck. You look inside there, it's got a wood bed, but it looks like he has placed the fuel cell underneath that raised wood bed there, and I see it has a lock on it, so I imagine that lifts up. Might be a little storage in there, area in there as well. Now that's where all the smart people park over there in that row over by the tree line. I think they're sitting in the shade over there behind their vehicles. Here's a nice little square body pickup truck. It says it's 87 model. Looks pretty straight. The bed is actually in pretty good condition there too. Here's another late 60s, early 70s Chevy that they've sanded down a little bit and cleared. There's somebody brought their Jeep right here, and from the dash you can see they are in the Duck Club, which is a fun thing that Jeep owners do. Check out the paint job on this 55 Chevrolet right here. Boy, they took that blue stripe and split the burgundy and gray. It's a little different, but I actually like it. I think it looks good on there. You definitely stand out in the crowd. Got a lot of chrome there on the engine. Looks like a big block Chevy. And it's got two-tone interior in here also. It's nice. And a little bit of a flame job there on the hood. And here's another 55. And I don't know if they partially de-chromed this, but the spear on the quarter panel usually has an upslash coming up to the back window, and it's not there. But this car looks good on the old style American mags. Or I'm partial to those style American mags. And it's from North Carolina. It says it has a dealer's tag on it there, but I didn't see a for sale sign. Here's a 55 that looks like somebody's got a good start on right here. Now this is a 2019 Camaro Super Sport. As you can see, they've added a lot of custom flaring and everything here on the front end and put some nice paint on it. That's a good looking car. Here's old Dodge Coronet, and it does have a Hemi. I don't know if it's one of the old like 348 or something like that. I'm not sure, but I know that Chrysler had a Hemi back in the day. But this is really clean, very original looking. Got the wide white walls. I wouldn't mind owning this car. Here's another 65 Mustang Fastback. Again, he's got those style American mags. I see those on more and more cars now. I think they're making a comeback. But see, he's updated the engine compartment. And it is a 4-speed car. It's almost identical to the other one I saw a little earlier. Yeah, I actually looked down there to make sure the other one was still sitting there because they just look so identical to me. I just can't get over this Coronet here. I think it's just really a neat car. 1974 Roadrunner. The guy says he just bought it, and it's got 28,000 original miles on it. And it's a 4-speed car. And here's a car you also don't see very much of. This is a 1970 American Motors AMX, and this one is almost identical to the Javelin I think that they have. It doesn't have a back seat or anything in it. Here's a nice little Chevrolet pickup truck. Really clean looking. And I noticed he's still got the houndstooth style interior in there, or at least the pattern, but they have replaced it with a different style bench seat in there, but it looks good in there. And boy, that bed is really clean and straight too for this year model. Looks really good. Now here's a green 69 Camaro convertible, but if I'm not mistaken, these are Chevelle wheels on here. I'm pretty sure, but again, he has houndstooth interior, and it looks original in this. It's got the dual gate shifter. And a convertible to boot. You can't beat a convertible with highway headlights on it. Here's a 56 station wagon. Got an LS engine in there. And really nice leather interior. Brown leather. I see somebody brought their dune buggy, which I've always been a fan of dune buggies. A friend of mine had one when I was a teenager, and it was just a lot of fun to ride around in. And here's a 67 Chevelle Super Sport. I got plates on it called Gold Dust, so I guess that's the name of the car. Got 454 in here, and it's a convertible. It's a good looking car. Let's see if it's a manual transmission. No, it's automatic. That's okay, it's a good looking car. And here's that 4-door 57 I seen rolling by earlier. And yes, they have removed the door handles here. So I don't know if it's remote opened or what, but it is a manual transmission in the floor there. And they got a late model steering column there, I see. There's a bright red 57 Chevy. That paint's really shining in the sun out here today. Let's see what kind of interior it has. Again, we have brown leather, and it is a manual transmission. Now here's a black 66 Chevelle. I don't see Super Sport badging on there, so I guess it's a Malibu. But it's really good condition. Looks like it's got a newer vinyl top on here. Good paint. And a big block, I'm guessing maybe a 396. And it's actually a automatic on the column. You go. Yeah, it is a Malibu according to the badge in here. And here's one I think would be a late 40s Chevrolet. Still got the straight 6 in it. There. It says for sale, but there's no price. And here's a really clean 55 Chevy truck. It's also for sale, and it's all shined up. They do have a LS engine in here. And this is a pretty truck. Got the old diamond tuck interior, which you don't see that very much anymore, but used to be a thing back in the day. And there's a good clean wood bed. So it's a good looking pickup truck right here. Right beside that 55 truck is a 57 Chevrolet Nomad. And I see he's got Power Tour stickers on there where he's traveled with the Power Tour from Hot Rod Magazine. Got original style interior in there. Changed the steering wheel out, it looks like. Now this Buick here is really special. I mean, it's just beautiful. But as you can see, they've upgraded the engine on it here. And they've really done a nice job on this car. Look at the interior on this car. That looks really nice. I really like this. You know, you can still see the lines though from like the 55 Chevrolet, the way it comes down and everything there in the back glass. A lot of the same styling went into this. Yeah, check out those tail lights on that there. Nice. Here's a 57 Ford. I've always liked these two. They're good looking cars. It has upgraded the dash and everything on here in the interior. Here's a good looking Ford coupe right here. Looks like it is running Chevy power in there though. This black Chevy pickup truck looks sinister, all blacked out with the black rims and everything. Good looking 66 Chevelle. Here's another 56 wagon. Original style interior still in here. Replaced the steering wheel, I see. And here's a judge. Well, y'all, that's our look around the first annual Sugar Creek Raceway car show. And to be the first year they've had it, I think they got a pretty good turnout. And maybe I can come back next year and there'll be more cars. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye. I came across this on the way out, and I don't know what it is. At first, I thought they put a slant 6, but it's only a 4-cylinder, and it's got a Pontiac oil cap on it. So I don't really know what I'm looking at here. But it's a good-looking little
Ray's Tire and Auto Repair, right here at Blue Ridge, Georgia. They'll work on it, fix it, get you back a rolling. Go make some money.